Welcome to another day analyzing subscribers' aquariums. This time there will be fewer aquariums, okay? The last video, the one about the betas, I think there were, I don't know, maybe 20 aquariums. This time there are only 7. And the thing is that I've compiled these 7 that have pretty serious issues, okay? I wanted to put them all in the same video and we're going to call or title the video Analyzing Aquariums, but this time without mercy, okay? So I won't ramble on any longer. Let's get to it. Okay, here we have the first aquarium. So, the first thing that stands out are the fish, okay? We said 58L and we can already see that there's an angelfish. It can't be. You can't put angelfish in such small aquariums. Yes, it is true that an angelfish requires a minimum of 50L, and in that sense we could say that it complies with that rule, but they are also gregarious fish, which are, well, let's call them schooling fish. They require more than one individual. They cannot be alone, so that no longer complies with that. So this aquarium is not ideal for an aquarium, that is, for an angelfish. Then, regarding the neons, we see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, at least 10 schooling fish for them to be comfortable. Okay? Then, the black neons, the same. 1, 2, 3, and there are the same. They require about 10 per specimen, so you already have 2 schools and none of them are fulfilling it as such. Okay? And then, regarding the foxes, here, boom, your head explodes because each one of them requires about 60L, 70L per specimen. And your aquarium doesn't even meet that standard for one, okay? So, generally speaking, regarding fish, the only fish you could have here are neons, either regular neons or black ones. And of course, completing the school. Then I've also read that there were ancestors, which I can't see right now in the photo, maybe it's hidden in the trunk. And for 58L they wouldn't put ancestors either. They grow quite a bit, 12, 13, 14 centimeters, minimum 80. And if it can be 100L, much better. So except for the neons, the fish are terrible. Then the issue of plants, let's analyze the aquarium now. Hydrophila angustifolia, I finally remembered the name. This is the one I had. I had exactly the same thing with the issue of I thought I wasn't recording. I got scared. Okay, the issue of the leaves falling apart at the bottom. It's the same as what's happening to you now. I removed it, I ended up removing it. I won't tell you more, so you decide for yourself. I don't know what to tell you, in that sense because I didn't do well with the plant as such. Regarding the aquarium in general, how it's set up, well, enough space here to swim, very easy to clean. Yes, I would put a background, maybe a white background so that the plants stand out more and especially the neon lights, for example. Cover up these shadows here, the cable. A white background would look better in this case. Oh my gosh, I've had this email since Christmas. I'm sorry, but as I said, I've been taking different photos and categorizing them, right? In a previous video I think I made aquariums of more than 100L, another one of less than 100L, another one especially for betas, in this case without mercy, okay? So maybe I'm taking photos from different eras, so to speak, okay? Let's look at the issue you mentioned about Ambulias. Well, I don't see the aquarium as very popular either, but I don't see it as having a lack of light either. However, it's true that Ambulias are on their last legs. So, one of two things. Either the ambuas simply don't have enough energy to pull. I don't even see them as good for cuttings, right? Because I also have ambulias that came to me. They came to me fine, but well, I've been pruning them and such. Ambulia was healthy and then pulled right away. I think this ambulia looks very poor, with a lot of deficit. I can't tell you exactly what, but I see that it's an ambulia that doesn't have enough energy to pull. Maybe try buying new ambulias to see if they look healthy and try to see if they pull. If they don't, throw it away either, then we'll look at the light issue, the substrate issue, what type of substrate you have, how many photo periods, which can be so many things that you can't tell from a photo, you can't tell how should I say it, the diagnosis as such, right? Then, the aerator issue, okay? If you want to have an aerator, it's okay? It's not going to do any bad damage to the aquarium. However, I'll leave you a video up here about the aerator. What I will give you some advice, for example, not everything is going to be bad, it's not going to be a merciless video only, is the aerator. Okay, here now you see it transparent, it's new, for example, but over time, At least it's happened to me. I don't know if it's happened to you too. Over time the rubber turns white, it turns white, white, but opaque white, so it stands out more. So here now we would see a super white, ugly tube, okay? So, I recommend that if you have extra tubing, I don't know where you put the aerator, and if not, it doesn't matter. I think they come in meters for €1. You see that they sell them by the meter, so try to put it as you have the picture, pass the tube through here, through the silicone area, okay? And then, once you're in a U shape, pull it towards the back of the aquarium and the tube will end up here, which will then turn white. Well, it will only turn white here. Here, as you have it now, it practically reaches the middle of the aquarium. You know? A little tip. Okay, now that I was fiddling around here, I see that you have a blue magnet that's half camouflaged. Okay, I would leave the magnets outside, you know, put them away. After all, it's metal. A neighbor, a friend, your child, could pick it up, start cleaning the glass and scratch your aquarium. It's not the first time it's happened. In a previous video, I was seen analyzing subscribers' aquariums. Then the thermometer issue. What are you doing here? Hello? It's been a while since I've messed with thermometers, so don't tell me this thing in the middle isn't annoying. It is annoying. It also looks like it came loose, doesn't it? The suction cup is pointing to the right, it's kind of floating. Something weird. Well, about action figures, I was going to say. I don't know what I'm thinking now. Decorative figures. Well, everyone can do what they want here. The advice is to not have them. They can fade, but be careful, there's no reason for that. People are really afraid of decorative figures, even painted ones. Oh, it's just that they're going to fade and kill the fish. How many fluorescent colored leathers have you seen that have faded? None of them. I haven't seen any, have you? And also with all the technology that there is now, okay, maybe 20 years ago it was painted with some kind of paint that would come off and kill the fish, but today with epoxy resins, these nonsense that I also don't understand, be careful, it's more difficult. In fact, look at the aquarium that I have here in the back, it's painted gravel. You can see that the aquarium is bad, it's been set up for more than a year. The 100L aquarium is the same. It's been set up for more than almost 2 years. And I have little drunks, technically, delicate fish with the water conditions. None have died. Okay, then, end of the discussion. Leave it in the comments or I'll ramble on too much. We could talk about this in another video if you want. On the subject of fish, okay? Here there's a total incompatibility. I think this is typical, right? You go to the store, you see the ones you like, you see the ones your child chooses or whatever, and you end up with a brutal potpourri here. So, we see molly water, pH, hard pH, and hard GH too. We're talking about more than 7 pH, yes, I don't know if this is a molly or a goopy, this could be anything, okay? This one, I don't know. It looks like a goapy or a molly. We see guppies, male gopies, female gopies, we see fry, and then we see the neons, okay? Incompatible fish. We have fish with pH and hard GH, high, with fish and drunkard, sorry, look, this one was camouflaged here, and pHs, sorry, and Amazonian PCs, okay? So, choose one or the other, but they can't both be here. And then the aquarium issue, the background issue, okay? While we're at it, I'm rambling on about this aquarium, the rocks, the bottom of, that is, the substrate plus the bottom of the aquarium, it doesn't quite fit, does it? This is just a personal opinion, in my opinion it doesn't fit, since the rocks are different colors, for example, the tone of the plants, maybe put another type of background, I don't know, white, black, blue, if you like, but without drawings perhaps. Okay. This would be the aquarium. What's wrong? Since it took me a long time to make this video, I apologize for that. It's my fault. The subscriber sent us an updated photo, but anyway, since he sent us this one, let's take a look at it. We're not going to comment on it too much, but we will take a look at it. So, here what we would see would be, let's call it the typical beginner's aquarium, but still, yes, a beginner's aquarium, but with enthusiasm, because we can see that there are natural plants, okay? That's also good, that's a good initiation. Okay. So we can see that it has all kinds of decorations, right? SpongeBob SquarePants, fish of different parameters, like the neon ones with the goopies, mollies, and nuns. Okay, we can see that it has a thermometer, we can see a drop checker, so I imagine that this little tube here would be CO2, I don't know. Ancris. Well, the background, let's say a marine aquarium background with a freshwater aquarium. Well, I think it's the typical newly assembled aquarium of a novice, okay? And now we're going to see how the aquarium has evolved. You can see it here. Notice that the fish theme, for example, has improved a lot. As I was going to say that the goopies were gone, the mollies were gone, and that had improved, but notice, if I zoom in, here we can see 1, 2, 3, about 3 goopies. Even so, it's still good because there aren't so many goopies anymore. Here's another one, but hey, it seems that one of two things: either it died because the other aquarium, well, either way, or you tried to find a solution. Let's assume that we have found a solution and that all that's left is to fix the goopies issue so that all the fish have more or less the same parameters, okay? I really like the improvement. I really like it because you can see the change. It's amazing. Okay, much better. Now the only thing that I don't like now is the background. The background is a marine type in a freshwater aquarium. At least for me personally, it doesn't quite add up. Even so, the improvement of the aquarium. Hey, congratulations, because it's a good change. Come on, this next aquarium, as you've read, is 60L, so the scalar is again unnecessary in this aquarium. Although each one of them requires 50L, they are also gregarious. They need more than one specimen. In this case, it's alone, and, well, it wouldn't be right in this aquarium, okay? The issue of female bettas, if all 3 are female, it can work out well, okay? They are a bit hierarchical. There is a bit of a hierarchy and such, but it can work out well, okay? As long as we don't put a male in. And then the issue of corridoras are fish that are, well, you know, they are schooling fish, they require more specimens. I would put a total of 7 or 8 corridoras here, much better, but if you intend to carpet the corridoras, they are fish that really like to dig in the substrate. So, one of two things: either they won't have space to be able to dig properly and such, or they will dislodge everything. I mean, it could be. Okay, so, what comes up the most from this aquarium is perhaps taking out the angelfish, without a doubt. This next aquarium, well, you've been able to read the text, okay? So, it's blowing my mind. I'm sorry, it's blowing my mind, okay? On the one hand, I want to tell you that you already know that I don't accept photos in vertical format, but this photo, along with the text and such, has blown my mind so much that I couldn't leave it out, okay? So, on the one hand, he says that he reads a lot, that is, he watches his videos a lot, and so on, and I don't think he only watches my videos, but he'll watch more videos, and report on them. So, these 2 angelfish here really strike me. I mean, it really strikes me. Okay, on the one hand, he tells me that the aquarium looks small because it has plants. Don't get me wrong. It doesn't look small because of the plants. It looks small because angelfish are huge fish, which in this case are huge and aren't suitable for this small aquarium. For those who don't know, 20 gallons, which is what the subscriber tells us, is about 75 L of aquarium. Okay, each one, we've said that it requires 50 L, 2 angelfish, minimum 100 L. This aquarium has 75 L. Note that they are large angelfish. They are not the typical newly purchased ones, small, no, they are not big. That surprises me because he says he watches videos, but apart from that, it does not look like the typical beginner's aquarium. It looks like a decent aquarium. Note that it has 2, an external filter, a waterfall filter. In other words, it has more than enough filtration. Then we see that the lighting is not the typical Amazon lighting or the typical Chinese lighting. I think it is Twin Star, which is not a bad brand either. We do not know the version, it depends on which one. There are Twin Star that are very expensive. I don't know. The plants also look good, they look healthy, you can't see algae. I don't think it is. We see that it has a dropper, so it also uses CO2. I don't think he is someone who is just starting out in this hobby, so the fish thing really shocks me. What would I do? I would donate these fish, sell them to whatever you want, and here I would put a school of neons, for example. Well, you would have to look at the parameters, okay? Very important. Look at the parameters and put fish that adapt to those parameters. And not only parameters, but also the size of the aquarium. Very important. Okay, my head has exploded with these angelfish. Regarding fish, well, I do see quite a mix, okay? We are seeing, for example, Pleiades, Goopies with drunkards and other types of tetras. Okay. Well, there is a mix of fish, as you say. You will have to sell them or give them away, and it is a good idea to keep, for example, only the goopies, since in this type of aquarium they are going to be the best option. Okay, regarding the aquarium, I really like the theme of the Sagittaria, the Bellistener. As you know, it is a plant that I also like a lot. We see that there is Anubia, well, Buses, yes, Anubia, Bucephalandras, Cryptocorynes. Well, it's good. The substrate also looks cool. I like it. Also, the water looks quite transparent and it looks cool that the Sagittaria covers the surface. The thermometer looks cool. Well, here on the side we see that it's about 25 grams. That is, the aquarium is fine. I like it. There are more photos. Here we can see this one here with the fish like this. More photos. Do you see what I was saying? Do you see? Drunkards with gopis and such, with Pleiades. Well, the snail. Well, this snail, we could also talk about this snail because it has things that not everyone takes into account and perhaps a good video could come out of it. It could come out. I think there are no more photos. There are no more photos, right? There are no more photos. Okay, as a conclusion in this aquarium I can say that for that reason, here we have a real case. You should not give fish to an aquarist because we do not know if those fish are going to be compatible or not with the fish that already have that aquarium or even with the parameters of that aquarium. I have that explained a little better in a video up here. Well, that's the last aquarium, okay? He was reading my email just now and my head exploded a little with the subject, so I'm going to try to read it, okay? And I'm going to try to explain the subject a little so that it doesn't happen to anyone else, because unfortunately this happens a lot, okay? Then he says, "Hello, my friend, this is Nicholas from Chile. I have a question. I did maintenance on my 2 aquariums and it turns out that on Tuesday I did the same procedure on one. I took the fish out, put them in a bowl with water that one had a few days ago and put them in there. I cleaned the aquarium and then I was going to throw them out and 7 zebras and a Dalmatian lemming died. Suddenly, no more than 2 or 3 hours, and they died. It turns out that today I made my aquarium bigger and last night I prepared a different bucket inside with water that I had left for 24 hours or more. On top of that I added anti-chlorine and it turns out that I do what I did and my 3 angelfish and a Colombian shark died. Do you know what could have happened? Okay, here I was running out of air. Hey, let's see, why do you have to take the fish out to do aquarium maintenance? I think that's what 99% of people who don't have aquariums think. It is thought that this is how it should be done, but this is the worst. This cannot be done this way. So, reading a little about the topic, it says that he took the fish out, did maintenance, well, maintenance, cleaned the aquarium, we don't know how he cleaned it and that the fish have already died. Let's think, he lost the cycling, I don't know what, but no, even if you lose the cycling in 2 hours the fish do not die. Okay, here we are going to assume that he put some strange product, okay? Soap, bleach, something like that to clean the aquarium. That substance was not removed properly and the water became contaminated and killed the fish. The thing is that another explanation does not make sense to me because even if you lose the cycling, let's think that he lost the cycling, the fish do not die in 2 hours, okay? So clearly this is poisoning. How should an aquarium be properly maintained? Point number 1 and the most important, you should not remove the fish from the aquarium. If the aquarium is so dirty that you need to take them out fish, you're not doing fish keeping right. So, to summarize, I'll leave you a video up here, very important up here on how to properly maintain any type of aquarium. Okay? It's important to go watch that video. That said, first aquarium, the small one, 5L. We can see that it's planted with foxtail, sand, some decoration and the goopy, the balloon molly, which according to the owner says is about to give birth. Be careful with that because balloon mollies are like that already. I mean, they're already like that and it may seem like they're pregnant but maybe they're not. Even so, well, 5L seems fine to me. It's not going to be stressed like in a smaller birthing pen in this case. But even so, what's the point of putting this here? Because it's not a birthing pen, it's still a small aquarium. As soon as she breeds, the female has access to these fry and she's going to feed them to them. Eat. This foxtail is not enough for those fry. 2, 3 will be saved, the rest will be eaten. Don't think that this is a definitive solution if you want to breed fish, okay? It is not. From my point of view it is not. The next aquarium, 25L, in which the 2 bettas are. Here we see 2 bettas together. Again, mistake. Okay, 2 bettas together. Let's say they are 2 males. They will fight to the death. There is no hiding place here. There is nothing. They will fight to the death. But even if it were a male and a female, The females cannot be placed with the males indefinitely, just to breed, because they also beat each other up, okay? So this aquarium is terrible for me. The chosen fish are terrible. Last aquarium, the 150L aquarium that it has, which is big, it is 150L. We could say that this angelfish here could be fine, but it is true that it complies with the leader rule, but it doesn't comply, which is hierarchical. It is, let's call it a cardoman, it needs more than one specimen, it is here alone, okay? So you don't comply with that, you would have to put more angelfish later, but hey, don't put more angelfish, be careful, you don't have to put more angelfish. I, in fact, would remove this angelfish, okay? Why? Basically because it has species, yes. Platies for the most part one think they are, right? Here we can see them, platies and platis. I think they are all platies. And I'm not sure if these rocks are completely neutral. Maybe they raise the pH a little, so it is an aquarium that you have to choose. You have to choose either put species from Amazonian waters or put species from hard waters, but a potpourri as we have seen in this video in general, well no.